Hi everyone, it's Simone Watson, and I am here to talk about my TBR for two readathons. Now, in the last couple of weeks, I did some readathons and I completely face planted and did not. Yeah, I just kind of didn't succeed. But if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? So this week there is ThrillerAthon and TimeHopAthon. This whole month I have been doing Blackout 2018, which means I am only reading books by Black authors. And I think that makes me even more tempted to do readathons than I was before because it's fun to pick out a TBR with that in mind, that I'm only reading books by Black authors. So, the first readathon is ThrillerAthon. It is hosted by Harriet Rose, and it started on Saturday the 17th and is going until Saturday the 24th, I think. So, um, I have one main book picked out for ThrillerAthon, and it's actually a mystery. So maybe technically not a thriller, but I know that those genres are somewhat close, and you have like suspense that's kind of like the bridge between those. But this one is just one that looks good. So it is All I Did Was Shoot My Man by Walter Mosley. As you can see, the author's name is really big on this because Walter Mosley's name probably sells a lot of books. Walter Mosley is probably the most famous African American mystery author of the like recent few decades. So he is very, well known. And this is about this detective, Leonid McGill. So there's this woman, Zella, who was accused of shooting her boyfriend and did 8 years of time for it because she didn't deny it, according to the back of the book. But she also, I don't know, I guess like maybe she didn't plead guilty either. Like maybe she pled no contest. I don't know. So the detective, Leonid McGill, starts to think that maybe she didn't do it. So sounds pretty interesting. There are challenges for the ThrillerAthon, but I have pretty much chosen to forego the challenges just because it would make, I don't know, it would make my TBR really long, and I'm not necessarily the fastest reader in the world. So that's it. The other readathon that I'm doing is TimeHopAthon, which starts today and goes until Sunday. And so there are 3 challenges for that, which are past, present, and future. For the future challenge, I have chosen to read Zone 1 by Colson Whitehead. This is the same author that wrote The Underground Railroad, which I think won the National Book Award in 2016, but I haven't read that book yet. So Zone 1 is about a post-apocalyptic future where I guess a lot of people have been killed by a pandemic. And then for the present challenge, you have to read a book that you have to read something that is either a 2017 or a 2018 release. I do have a few options for this. There is a book that I have requested as a digital ARC that comes out in 2018, but I'm not sure yet whether that has been granted. So if it does get granted this week, I could read that. But if not, I do have Fresh Ink, an anthology that I talked about the week before last, and I haven't read it yet. So I could definitely read that. I'm almost certain I will finish that this week. And I have one more thing. It's written down. Oh yes, Sing Unburied Sing by Jesmyn Ward. I have that one hold in the Libby app, but I don't think it's very likely that I'll get to that this week, even if it does get granted to me. But it might happen. And then for the challenge of past, which is to read a historical fiction novel or a classic, I have the book The Cutting Season by Attica Locke, which is also a thriller, I believe, and it's about a murder that takes place in the present and a murder that takes place during the time of American slavery. It juxtaposes these two events, and Oh, I also have The Black Rose by Tananarive Due, which is fiction, but it's based on the life of Madam C.J. Walker, who was the first African American woman to become a self-made millionaire. So that should be pretty interesting. It is Black History Month, of course, and yeah, the way that she became a millionaire was by starting a hair care line. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. Also, I've never read anything by Tananarive Due, but the research for this book was done by Alex Haley, and I think he was planning to write it, and then he died, and so Tananarive Due picked up, that research and turned it into a novel. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. This TBR, I probably shouldn't say this, but this TBR could change like my TBRs often do. Okay, like my TBR lists often do change, but thank you so much for watching, and if you are planning to do either of these readathons, I would love to know what you're going to read. So, bye.